glory, success, and a shelf lined with 7 golden Oscars. None of it holds any power when life reaches its final chapter. In this reimagined story, we reveal the poignant realities behind the 11 sorrowful endings of the actors from Dances with Wolves. Behind the joy they showed on camera were struggles, isolation, and difficult paths that claimed these gifted individuals far too early. Are you ready to hear their stories? Comment 1 if you cherish the legacy they left behind, or 0 if you don't. Don't forget to subscribe and like to help us keep their memories burning bright. To begin, let's look at Robert Pastorelli, the actor who gave soul to the role of Timmons. On screen, he's the gritty, sharp-tongued wagon driver who delivers rare bursts of humor within a story that's otherwise grand and deeply serious. Born in 1954, Robert carried a natural spark that drew every eye in the room. Yet his real life followed a sorrowful storyline no filmmaker could have imagined. His childhood ambition wasn't performing, it was stepping into the world of boxing. But destiny veered off course when at 19, a devastating car accident broke his body and left lasting wounds carved into both his physical strength and his spirit. As he struggled through the long road of physical healing, Robert slipped into bouts of hallucination and dependence on substances. Even with a thriving acting career, he endured a devastating blow in 1999 when his partner died, unexpectedly sparking public suspicion and leaving him emotionally adrift. Burdened by this heartbreak, Robert slowly retreated into seclusion, and his efforts to reclaim his place on stage fell short. In 2004, he passed away in the Hollywood Hills at 49, leaving behind memorable work and a reminder of how fragile life can be for the artists hidden behind the spotlight. Floyd Red Crow. Westerman, the actor who portrayed Chief Ten Bears, radiated serenity and deep wisdom, yet beneath that presence lay a childhood marked by hardship. He was taken from his family and sent to boarding schools where native traditions were stripped away, and even the cutting of his hair felt like a painful break from his heritage. These emotional scars often pushed him toward alcohol. Though he gained recognition in Hollywood, he was confined to stereotypical native roles, carrying the weight of representing an entire culture while battling profound loneliness. He passed in 2007, leaving a powerful spiritual legacy and lasting contributions to Native identity and art. We honor Charles Rocket, who portrayed Lieutenant Elgin. In the film, he appeared as a steady, brave military officer. Away from the camera, Charles had once been a breakout talent on the iconic sketch show Saturday Night Live, bringing joy to millions of viewers. But as his career slowed and major roles became harder to secure, he slipped into depression, wrestling with inner voids and pressures no one could see. In the autumn of 2005, Charles made the quiet decision to end his life in Connecticut. His loss stands as a powerful reminder of how crucial mental health is, especially for those who smile through the bright lights of the stage. Next on our path is the story of Maury Chaykin, who, despite his brief appearance, made a lasting mark as an officer unraveling into madness from frontier isolation. Born in 1949 in Brooklyn, he carried exceptional acting skill, able to infuse depth and subtlety into supporting roles in films such as War Games and My Cousin Vinny. But behind this well-regarded career was a life shadowed by sorrow, as Maury constantly battled severe weight problems and the serious medical complications they triggered, leaving his heart and body under relentless strain. His private world was far from peaceful as well. After the collapse of his first marriage, the emotional scars left him guarded and unsettled in matters of the heart, though he eventually found companionship again with actress Susanna Hoffman. Fate marked an especially bittersweet moment to end his story. On July 27, 2010, on the very day he turned 61, Maury's heart gave out due to a series of complicated health issues. He passed just as a new birthday candle had been lit, leaving his fans grieving deeply, and an artistic legacy valued beyond measure. We must also remember Jimmy Herman, the actor who embodied Stone Calf, a brave Lakota warrior who stood for loyalty and integrity. Though he earned respect within the Native community and worked tirelessly to uplift those around him, he carried many unspoken burdens. Old wounds and the strain of life occasionally pushed Jimmy toward alcohol, unintentionally creating distance within his marriage. Beneath his powerful presence on screen was a solitary man, constantly searching for inner calm. In 2013, Jimmy Herman died at 72, bringing to a close a life shaped by hardship and leaving behind the lingering ache of a family life he never fully attained. Let us pause to remember Wayne Grace, who brought the stern lieutenant colonel to life. While he often took on commanding military roles on screen off camera, he was a devoted single father, giving everything for his 2 children after his wife's passing. Across a career that spanned more than 4 decades, he embraced every opportunity to provide for his family. Wayne passed in 2022 at 82, leaving behind a legacy defined by paternal love and quiet devotion. Though Wayne Grace is gone, his example of selfless dedication continues to inspire. Next in our journey is Donald H. Houghton, who portrayed General Tide. Though his time on screen as the general was brief, he powerfully captured the intensity and cruelty of war. Off-screen, his commitment to acting often pulled him away from family, resulting in a broken marriage and estranged relationships with his children. Quietly facing both declining health and inner struggles, Donald passed in 1999, leaving behind a body of work marked by talent but shadowed by personal sorrow. His departure closed a life filled with artistic accomplishment, yet burdened by private grief. If Donald Houghton reflected the harshness of war, Doris Leader-Charge, who played Pretty Shield, radiated warmth and compassion. She represented the wisdom, vitality, and enduring spirit of the Lakota people. Despite facing poverty, losing her husband, and raising 4 children alone, Doris remained strong and dedicated to preserving her culture. Her role in Dances with Wolves was a way to give her people a voice. She passed in 2001, leaving a profound cultural legacy and an inspiring testament to the resilience of women in the face of hardship. Kevin Costner, the heart of the iconic film Dances with Wolves, delivered a captivating performance as Lieutenant John Dunbar. Through his artistry, viewers are led from the harsh realities of history to the quiet, breathtaking beauty of the frontier. This role earned him widespread acclaim while also sharing a powerful message about humanity's connection to nature. Yet unlike John Dunbar's on-screen path towards serenity, Kevin Costner's own life has unfolded as a complex journey full of unexpected challenges and surprising turns. At the peak of his stardom, with millions watching, Kevin Costner confronted major personal trials. His highly publicized breakup in the 1990s brought not only financial strain, but also deep life lessons. Still, he strove to manage the glare of fame while fulfilling his role as a father to 7 children. His career faced downturns, yet with the grit and determination of a true cowboy, Kevin staged a remarkable comeback. It seems life never stops testing this actor's resilience. In 2023, well into his 70s, he faced fresh struggles in his marriage. Even with vast wealth and an extraordinary artistic legacy, Kevin Costner continues on his journey seeking genuine inner peace. His story is a powerful reminder that no matter how famous or successful, every person must face and overcome life's toughest lessons. Graham Greene, who brought Kicking Bird the Wise Shaman bridging two worlds to life, was one of the most respected native actors. Yet the calm authority he radiated belied the struggles he faced in his own life. In his younger years, Graham battled alcohol, putting his career on a precarious edge. The deepest tragedy, the most profound heartbreak any parent can face, came when he lost his eldest son in a devastating accident. Such sorrow could have broken anyone, but for Graham it became a moment of transformation. He rose from the depths of his grief, leaving behind destructive habits to pursue a life of greater purpose. Through his craft, he found a way to heal and share profound human truths in every role. In his later years, he chose a quieter path, avoiding conflict and offering guidance to younger generations, much like his on-screen persona Kicking Bird. Rodney A. Grant, best known as Wind in His Hair, embodies courage and independence. Though past hardships and missteps made his path uncertain, he managed to overcome them and find himself again. Rodney channeled his experiences into giving back, inspiring young people facing tough challenges. He turned the wounds of his past into guidance, helping children from similar backgrounds avoid the pitfalls he once encountered. Tantu Cardinal, who portrayed Black Shawl, is more than an actress. She is a witness to history and a steadfast daughter of the earth. Raised in a turbulent foster care system, she felt the sting of separation from an early age. Yet her grandmother's lessons on staying connected to nature became her anchor through life's storms. Her journey has been a constant struggle, confronting societal prejudice, enduring the pain of 3 major relationships, and carrying the weight of raising a child as a single mother. Though life has wounded her many times, Tantu has never broken. She turned her struggles into artistic power, dedicating more than 50 years to film and activism. At 75, she stands firm like an ancient tree, protecting and advocating for indigenous rights. She is living proof that true beauty comes not from looks, but from the strength of the spirit. Through her unwavering dedication, she continues to inspire younger generations to uphold cultural heritage and fight for social justice. We cannot overlook West's study. He powerfully brought to life the fierce Pawnee warrior chief, a symbol of raw strength and the brutal truths of the untamed frontier. Born in No Fire Hollow, Oklahoma, into a poor Cherokee family, West spoke only his native language until starting school. Yet his life was shaped by more than his performances. It was a journey of building an unbreakable will. At just 17, Wes entered the Vietnam War. The horrors of the battlefield, constantly facing life and death, left him with lasting storms of the soul. Upon returning home, he refused to stay silent, choosing instead to advocate for his people. He joined the fight for Native rights, taking part in landmark events like the 1973 Wounded Knee occupation. Those turbulent years shaped the commanding presence he later brought to legendary roles such as Magua in The Last of the Mohicans and Atucan in Avatar. Yet the warrior carried private wounds as well. The collapse of his first marriage left an unseen gap between him and his children, a pain he tried to heal through his work in the arts. Now at 77, Wes Studi stands as a living monument. Though age has slowed his pace, he remains relentless in his efforts to preserve the Cherokee language. He proves that a true warrior battles not just with strength, but with culture, spirit, and heart. The final figure in our story is Tom Everett, who portrayed Sergeant Pepper, a disciplined yet deeply sensitive artist, finding peace through music after the hardships of his youth. His creative path stretched from classical music to film, leaving a lasting impression through commitment rather than showiness. In his later years, Tom embraces a quiet life in Oregon, returning to music and tranquility, embodying the spirit of artists who dedicate their whole lives to their craft. Dances with Wolves is more than a 7-time Oscar-winning masterpiece. It is a mosaic of tragic lives where each actor confronted their own pack of wolves. Beneath the glitz lies heartache, struggle, and resilience that leave us moved. Which story impacted you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can reflect together. If this video resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to catch more powerful stories coming your way. See you in the next video.